here is a social circle one. How do you make sure that male friends in the social circle are cool and not a threat or secretly envious or planning to sabotage you?
Well, Michael, you can take that first since I know you do a lot of the social
So,
circle.
it's an interesting thing. I'm reading. I've read the Beta Male Revolution before, but I'm reading Mode One for the first time this week, and by Alan Roger Curry. And one of the things he talks about, like his prescriptions at the end for dealing with haters and for not becoming a misogynist, are spot on. They're terrific. And one of the things he talks about in the book is like dealing with men who just can't, who start to feel as a threat. So, for instance, if you have a guy who has convinced, we'll call him blue pilled or beta or whatever, he just has a strategy that isn't working, right? He's being overly nice, changing his voice inflection, buying things for a woman, things that we would consider to be simpy behavior. If he's doing this in general, we know, the three of us know, that's going to be an unsuccessful way for him to get a girl, especially if for like short-term sex. It's just not going to happen. Women tend to not want to have short-term sexual intercourse with a guy like that. Someone like us, we would come into their life and then quickly notice that even if we weren't interested in the girl, her decision about whether or not she wants to have sex with us is very quick. And so him seeing her decision to have sex with us is quick, but whether with him, he had to wait and play like they were friends and stuff like that. That makes men very fucking resentful. Okay.
Right.
That very resentful. Let's take the exact same thing I said and let's use money instead. The guy who is constantly making excuses about why he can't make money. He goes from one NFT crypto scam to the next fucking thing where he's selling binary options. He's never makes any money, but he's always talking about being an entrepreneur. And then you go off, you read some great books, you scale your business, you start doing 7 figures a month. And then he also has hatred towards you. One of the things I found is that like the more I hang out with Justin Waller is a great example. Justin Waller has the most abundance mindset I've ever met of anybody. I stay at his place whenever I'm in Miami. Me and Justin, I was talking to him about this. If Justin fucked every hot girl I've ever seen, I would never hate him. If Justin made $1 billion tomorrow, I'd be like, bro, congratulations. I would do nothing but support him. You need men like that in your life. And what you guys will notice is that when you level up in the gym and you level up with money and you level up with women, there's going to be a group of guys that are just going to kind of fall off like scar tissue. They just are. And you love them. You go back and you see them on Thanksgiving and they're fucking morbidly overweight. And they're like, yo, things were different during high school. And they're talking about their high school days. And you give them, you say what up to them during Christmas and Thanksgiving. But the rest of your time, those are not the guys you're going to make money with. Those are not the guys that are going to help you pick up girls. And those are not the guys that are going to help you in the gym. And it's a tough realization to come to. It's something that I often have to teach my clients. I have to coach my clients through. It's like, you leveled up. When people come to you guys, when you go home and someone says to you, yo, man, you've changed. You're fucking right. I changed. I hope I changed. That's exactly right. And when you get that message, you've changed. Especially my favorite one is the girl you used to have a crush on like 10 years prior. And she got a little heavier and you see her, at, when you go back for the high school reunion or whatever, and she goes, you've changed. And you just realize, okay, cool. That means I'm doing something right. When you start getting those messages, that means you're actually leveling up.
Yeah, it's real talk. It's funny. I would say like, with this question, I look at it like you have certain friends for certain things. So sometimes you might know somebody who's a cool person, but within these situations, you might not want to bring them around those particular situations, right? And so because they don't know how to handle themselves in those situations, which is going to cause, things to not go the way you want it to go. Because sometimes what happens too is that if you're, I've noticed this a lot. If you're a guy who, knows how to talk to women, you have game and all this other stuff. And let's say you're hanging out with a guy who may not, or who might be a little bit more insecure or whatever, just for whatever reason, he might actually sort of mess up situations for you in this situation because he doesn't know what he's doing. So the thing is, you might want to leave him home or only hang out with him in other situations and then go out by yourself or hang out with other guys who understand the situation. So usually what I used to do is there'd be certain guys that I know that are cool, but I would never go out with them to like, or I wouldn't invite them when I'm going out to talk to women. You feel what I'm saying? And then there's certain guys that I would invite them out if I'm going to talk to them because I know they know how to handle themselves. So what I would say is that just understand who your male friends are and figure out, okay, this is the type of guy I'll call for this. This is the type of guy I'll call for this other thing. And you don't really need to mix up the two, because sometimes what happens is that when you are in that situation, you might have a situation where that other person feels some type of way, secretly feels some type of way. But again, you also need to learn how to vet your friends too, because you don't want to be around people who have that sort of mentality also. And like you were saying, Michael, is that, you know, some people are just going to fall off automatically because they're just not in the same sort of like vibe that you're in when you're doing what you're doing. So, you know, I think at the end of the day, like the people who should be around you in those situations, I feel like will, you know, in most cases, and the people who shouldn't be, they're going to fall off anyway. So it's like, so you just got to understand that at some point it's going to sort of balance itself out anyway. You know what I'm saying?
We got, guys, consider this an abundance mentality versus a scarcity mentality. So if I let's say Locario came down here to Vegas, and then we was like, hey man, I got a bunch of friends of mine, they're billionaires. These guys have scaled up businesses to like 8, 9 figures. We're gonna go to dinner with them. Guys with abundance mentality be like, fuck yeah, we're going to go to dinner with them. Other people watching us from the outside would look at that and be like, you're only going to dinner with those guys because they're rich. That's
Right.
what a scarcity mentality is. An abundance mentality would be like, fuck, bro, that's a great opportunity. You're going to dinner with those guys so you can learn. That's the difference. That's that's the way abundance mentality works. That's one of the things that I noticed is that like a lot of people, when they criticize me for calling out like some of my friends or talking about some of the guys that I network with. And I'm not bragging. What I'm saying is I didn't know how to accomplish these goals. And then Ty Lopez, Wes Watson, Brad Lee, those guys, even Brandon Carter helped me, Greg O'Gallagher, watching those guys and how they were successful. How to Beast, Myron Gaines, like all these guys, watching them over time, Rolo, it allowed me to say, okay, Rolo's Clips channel, look at, oh, it works like this. Okay, when Myron talks about this conversation, it does better because I'm willing to learn from other people. What you'll see is my favorite things is FitX Fearless when he talks about when I'm sitting here getting ready to go out with a girl and you think that I'm doing too much, but I'm still taking your girl. Like the doing too much thing, when you talk to somebody who runs a sales team, the guy who's super meticulous running his sales team and gets his sales team up to snuff to where everybody's closing at a super high rate, you might say that guy's doing too much or he's too anal. But it's like, no, he's taking your girl. He's taking your money. He's taking your clients. And so that's the thing. Men have a burden of performance. And a lot of people who have a scarcity mentality are going to look at us and call us tryhards or say that we're doing too much. And then that's kind of where you know, okay, I need to hang out with this person or I need to stop not hang out with this person. Second thing I'll tell you guys is there's this thing called the circles. And it's something I developed a while ago. Circle one are people who know everything about me. They could probably do damage to me, right? But I empirically trust them. My mom would be in this circle, right? My closest friends would be in the circle. My business partners would be in the circle. Circle two are people that I like, but they don't know all the gate codes. They don't know all the passwords, but I still like them. I hang out with them on a regular basis. I generally probably want to do business with them. They're good people. Circle three are people that I just don't know well enough. Like they seem cool, but I just don't know well. These are a lot of people that I meet at the nightclubs or whatever. I'm like, I probably would like have a good time if I could hang out with that guy more, but I don't really hang out with them that much. So I don't really know. Circle four are people that I have to fucking deal with, but I don't want to deal with. And a lot of times these are guys at nightlife that I know they're just shitty dudes, you know, dope dealers, whatever, like guys that I just don't want to fuck with. And they're just like not like ripped off some of my friends, but like for whatever reason, like they know someone and I'm on stage next to them and I'm just being polite, but I don't really like them. And then circle five are people I just avoid no matter what. This is one dude I know. He got his girlfriend to like commit suicide, like the text message, like you should go kill yourself, whatever. When I'm in the same room, I just fucking leave. I don't want to be near this dude. I know there's another dude who's like assaulted several women. Whenever he comes in the room, there's no, hey, what's up? I'm just fucking out of there. So I do like that. The guys who I party with on stage at Zook are not the ones I want to start a business with. They're in different circles. And so because of that, you can have those circles, but I still don't judge them. But so we call it discernment without judgment. I can still discern that this person right here is not a good person to work with, but I don't judge them. Just like the girls who come on my show. Girl came on my show the other day. She had 900 body count. Okay, not 900 body count. Great content. Please come on my show. Love having you on my show. You seem like a cool person. Would never fucking want to date you in a million years. So I can be discerning without being judgmental.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Absolutely.
crazy.
I see a lot of comments and just people criticizing other people just because someone was like in a video with someone else or in a photo with someone else. It's like every
Mhm.
person you ever meet, if there was a photo with you and that person, I met Rolf Harris once. Rolf Harris, not a great guy as far as I know. But you know that I wasn't friends with Rolf Harris, obviously, but that guy wasn't necessarily known to be certainly great in some aspects. So I always,
Right.
well, I get this idea from Owen Cook, I guess, when watching his content years ago, to separate the artist from the art, something along those lines. Like we all love
Yes.
Michael
Yeah.
Jackson, and there's criticism about him through various things I won't bother mentioning, but we fucking love his music. And we can
Mhm.
separate that,
Right.
but we need to understand that we can see the difference between a person's character and something positive that we can at least take away from them, even if there's a lot of negative.
Right.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yep. Definitely.
And what's up with your shirt? What have you done with the real Michael Sartain? You're not wearing black.
Yeah, no, not we're black. No, just House Stark for Game of Thrones. I don't know. I just felt like wearing something different. I was like, it's Saturday, whatever. I'll try something different.
Okay.